Hey there, Upper East Siders. It's your girl, Jocelyn, back with another dose of spiritual wisdom. Today, we're diving deep into the world of intuition, your very own inner compass. Intuition is a real, powerful tool that can help you navigate life with more clarity and confidence. Think of those times you just knew something was right or totally off. That's your intuition speaking. Intuition is about trusting your gut, even when your mind can't explain it. Because, darling, intuition is not just for psychics and mystics, it's in your DNA. Think of intuition like your own personal superpower, just waiting to be unlocked. It's that little voice inside that says, go for it, or steer clear. Like when you meet someone new and instantly click, or get a weird feeling. Think of a time you just had a feeling about something. Maybe you ignored it and regretted it later, or you trusted it and things worked out amazingly. Your intuition is always trying to guide you. Intuition is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. The more you pay attention, the louder and clearer it becomes. Trust me. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. You'll be making decisions with more confidence and living a life aligned with your soul's purpose. So, are you ready to unlock your inner GPS? Then keep watching, because things are about to get interesting. So, how exactly does intuition feel? Well, it's different for everyone. Think of it like a whisper from your soul, a gentle nudge in the right direction. Sometimes it's subtle, like a soft knowing deep down in your gut. You might get a sudden flash of insight, like an aha moment out of nowhere. Ever get chills when you know you're on the right path? That's your intuition speaking volumes. Your body is incredibly wise, darling. It sends you signals all the time, but are you listening? Intuition often manifests as a physical sensation. Have you ever felt butterflies in your stomach when you were nervous or excited? Or felt your heart race when you sensed danger? That's your intuition talking. Pay attention to those subtle cues from your body. Do you feel a sense of expansion and lightness when you're around certain people or in certain situations? Or do you feel constricted and drained? Your body is a powerful messenger. Sometimes your intuition will show up as a gut feeling. Literally, you know that feeling in the pit of your stomach when something feels off? That's your intuition screaming at you to pay attention. Don't ignore those gut feelings, darling. They are trying to protect you. Let's talk about some real-life examples. Ever walked into a room and just felt like something was off, even though you couldn't put your finger on it? Or maybe you had a strong feeling about a job offer, even though it looked good on paper. Remember, your intuition is always there, guiding you towards your highest good. It might be telling you to go for that promotion, even if you're scared, or to walk away from a relationship that's no longer serving you. Think of a time you followed your intuition and it led you to something amazing. Maybe you met your soulmate, landed your dream job, or simply made a decision that brought you more joy and fulfillment. Your intuition is your secret weapon to living a more aligned and fulfilling life. Trust those inner nudges and watch how magically things unfold. The first step to tapping into your intuition is to turn down the volume on all the external noise. social media, the news, and everyone else's opinions. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a crowded room. Create some space for your intuition to speak. Carve out some quiet time each day. Even 5 minutes. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and just breathe. Let go of all thoughts and be present. Silence isn't empty, it's filled with possibilities. Think of your mind like a snow globe. When it's constantly shaken, it's impossible to see clearly. Let it settle, and the picture becomes clear. Give yourself the gift of silence. You start to see things more clearly. Tap into your inner wisdom. One of the best ways to silence the mind and tune into your intuition is through meditation. I know, meditation can seem a little intimidating at first, but trust me, it's easier than you think. It doesn't have to be about sitting in lotus pose for an hour, chanting Om. You can literally meditate anywhere, anytime. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As thoughts come up, just observe them without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. Think of your thoughts like clouds passing by. You don't need to engage with them, just let them drift on by. With regular practice, you'll find that meditation helps to calm your mind, reduce stress, and create space for your intuition to flow more freely. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind so you can connect with your inner wisdom more easily. Section 3. Journal your way to insight. Another powerful way to tap into your intuition is through journaling. Think of your journal as a direct line to your subconscious mind. It's a safe space to explore your thoughts and feelings without judgment. And you might be surprised at what you discover. Start by simply writing down whatever comes to mind. Don't worry about grammar or punctuation. Just let your thoughts flow freely onto the page. You can write about your day, your dreams, your fears, your aspirations, whatever feels right in the moment. As you write, pay attention to any recurring themes or patterns that emerge. What messages is your intuition trying to send you? What wisdom is bubbling up from within? Section 4. Observe and connect. Remember how I said your intuition speaks to you in whispers and nudges? Well, it's time to become a master detective of your own inner world. Start paying attention to those subtle signs and synchronicities that appear in your everyday life. Notice how you feel when you interact with different people. Do you feel energized and uplifted, or drained and depleted? Pay attention to your gut feelings when making decisions, big or small. What is your intuition trying to tell you? The more you pay attention to these subtle cues, the more you'll start to recognize the voice of your intuition. It's like learning a new language. At first, it might seem foreign and unfamiliar, but with practice, you'll become fluent in the language of your soul. Section 1. Start small, darling. Don't get overwhelmed, darling. Start small. Incorporate intuition into your everyday life. Gradually build up your confidence, one step at a time. Think of those little decisions you make every day. What to wear, what to eat. Pause and tune into your gut. Section 2, the intuition journal. Remember how we talked about journaling? Well, let's take it a step further. Create a dedicated intuition journal where you can track your intuitive hits and misses. Don't worry, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about noticing those subtle whispers and seeing how often your intuition is on point. Every time you get a gut feeling about something, jot it down in your journal. Write down the situation, what your intuition is telling you, and the outcome. You'll be amazed at how often your intuition guides you in the right direction, even when you don't consciously realize it. This journal isn't about judgment, darling. It's about self-discovery. It's about recognizing your own inner wisdom and building a relationship with your intuition. Section 3, trust the nudges. Now, here's the thing about intuition. It's subtle, especially at first. Think of it like a muscle that gets stronger with use. The more you trust those little nudges, the more confident you'll become in your ability to make intuitive decisions. Don't overthink it. If you get a feeling, even if it doesn't make logical sense at the time, trust it. What's the worst that could happen? You might order the wrong coffee or take a slightly longer route. But you might also discover a hidden gem of a cafe or stumble upon a breathtaking view. The more you trust your intuition, the easier it becomes to distinguish between fear and intuition. Fear tends to be loud and frantic, while intuition is calm and steady. Section 4, you've got this. Remember, unlocking your intuition is a journey, not a destination. It's about learning to trust yourself, to listen to that inner voice that knows you better than anyone else. And the more you do it, the more natural it will become. So, embrace those intuitive whispers, those gut feelings, those moments of clarity. They are your guideposts, leading you toward a life that is more aligned, more fulfilling, and more authentically you. Trust me, darling, you've got this. And remember, your intuition is your superpower. Use it wisely. Now, let's talk about the big D word, doubt. It's completely normal to question your intuition, especially in the beginning. You've spent years being told to think logically, to analyze every decision, to play it safe. So, when you start listening to those whispers from within, it can feel a little scary. You might start to second guess yourself. You might wonder if it's really your intuition speaking or just your imagination running wild. You might even dismiss those intuitive hits as mere coincidence. But here's the thing, darling, doubt is just a sign that you're growing. It means you're stepping outside your comfort zone and exploring uncharted territory. Think of doubt like a jealous frenemy. It sees you tapping into your power, and it doesn't want you to succeed. Don't let it hold you back, darling. Acknowledge those doubts, thank them for their concern, and then keep moving forward. Just like any new skill, developing your intuition takes practice. You wouldn't expect to become a world-class pianist overnight, would you? So, be patient with yourself, my dear. The more you tune into those inner whispers, the easier it will become to recognize and trust them. Think of your intuition like a muscle that gets stronger with use. The more you exercise it, the more powerful it becomes. So, start small. practice with those everyday decisions. Notice how you feel when you're making choices. Remember those intuitive hits and misses you've been tracking in your journal? That's your personal intuition training ground. The more you pay attention, the more you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll begin to recognize your own unique intuitive language. Don't feel like you have to make life-altering decisions based on intuition alone, at least not right away. Start with those smaller, less consequential choices. What to have for breakfast? Which route to take to work? Should you answer that text message right now or wait until later? These seemingly insignificant decisions are actually powerful opportunities to flex your intuitive muscles. The more you practice with these smaller choices, the more confident you'll become in your ability to trust your gut when it really matters. Remember, darling, you don't have to have all the answers right away. Just take one step at a time, trusting that each decision is leading you closer to your highest good. Now, here's a little secret. Even the most intuitive people in the world aren't right 100% of the time. And that's okay. Intuition isn't about being perfect. It's about learning to trust yourself. So if you make a decision based on your gut and it doesn't turn out the way you expected, don't beat yourself up about it. Think of it as a learning experience. What can you learn from this situation? What did your intuition teach you? Remember, darling, mistakes are just opportunities for growth. So, embrace the journey, my dear. Trust your intuition, even when it feels scary. And remember, you are powerful beyond measure. Trust your intuition without needing to understand the why behind it. Your intuition is like your soul's personal assistant. It has access to information your conscious mind might not be aware of. It sees the bigger picture, even when you can't. So, when you get that gut feeling, don't overanalyze it. Just trust it. Your intuition knows you better than anyone else. It's always guiding you toward your highest good. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Jocelyn, I'm a logical person. And that's perfectly fine, darling. Intuition doesn't always play by the rules of logic. It operates on a deeper level, a place of feeling and knowing. Don't get bogged down in the details. Just trust that your intuition is leading you in the right direction. Trusting your intuition is about more than just making good decisions, darling. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about breaking free from the need for external validation and stepping into your own authority. When you trust your intuition, you trust yourself. And that, my dear, is a game changer. When you make decisions from a place of self-trust, you'll find that you're naturally drawn to people and opportunities that are aligned with your highest good. You'll radiate a newfound confidence that attracts abundance and joy into your life. Think about it. How much time and energy do you waste second-guessing yourself, seeking approval from others, or overthinking every little decision? Imagine what you could accomplish if you channeled all that energy into trusting your gut and going after what you truly want. The most important thing to remember, darling, is that you are your own guru. You have all the answers you need within you. Intuition is simply the key that unlocks that inner wisdom. So, trust your gut, follow your heart, and never be afraid to listen to that quiet voice inside. It's leading you to your most magnificent life. You are a powerful, intuitive being, darling. Don't ever forget that. Now go out there and create the life you were born to live. And there you have it, Upper East Siders, your crash course in unlocking your inner GPS. Remember, intuition is your birthright, a powerful tool that can guide you towards a more fulfilling and authentic life. Don't let anyone tell you it's not real or that you're not spiritual enough to tap into it. You are a radiant, intuitive being, capable of creating magic in your life. So go out there and start trusting those whispers, those gut feelings, those moments of undeniable knowing. Embrace the journey, my dears. Allow your intuition to guide you and watch as your life unfolds in ways you never thought possible. Until next time, stay fabulous and trust your gut.